Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll do the gaming and benchmarking for this mid-range Android phone, that is the Sony Xperia C. So this is the Xperia C, and first we'll do the benchmarking and then play some games. We'll start with some casual games and even do some high-end gaming with games like Asphalt VIII and Modern Combat 4. So let me first show you the configuration by using the CPU Z, and as you can see it's based on the ARM Cortex A7 architecture, clocked at 1.2 GHz. It's a quad-core processor and the GPU is PowerVR SGX 544. The RAM on this is 1 gigs and the motherboard is MT6589, which is a MediaTek chipset. So that's for the configuration, and let me also quickly show you the quadrant benchmarks. And before that, let me show you the system info. Again, as you can see, it shows that it's a quad-core phone and the GPU is PowerVR SGX 544. And these are the sensors. Sony has skimped on some of the sensors, but many of the required sensors are there on this phone. And now let me show you the quadrant benchmark scores. So these are the quadrant benchmark scores that we got, and as you can see, our device got a score of 4983, which is kind of a mid-range-ish score, and that's okay for this device. And let me also show you the Antutu benchmark scores. I had run the Antutu benchmark, and as you can see, we got a score of 10,274, which is again a mid-range-ish score, and these are the detailed scores for Antutu. I also ran the Epic Citadel, which tests the graphic performance, and let me show you the results for that also. And I ran the Epic Citadel in two modes. That's the high performance. In the high performance, we got a score of 47 FPS, and I also ran it in high quality. And in high quality, as you can see, the scores dips down to 28.5, which is actually mediocre. And let's now quickly move to gaming, and we'll start with Subway Surfer. So this is Subway Surfer, and I did test it a lot. Actually, I gave it to my daughter. She loves to play this game, and she did play it a lot. And what she says is that the phone is able to play this game without any issues for most of the time, but occasionally there is a little bit of lagginess here and there. But for most part, I would say it runs this game without any issues, and as you can see, it's running it very well. So with Subway Surfer, you'll have a good experience on this Xperia C. So let me just get out of this one and let's move to some heavy games. And now let's move to Riptide GP2. So this is Riptide GP2. Another good thing about this phone is that though the internal storage is actually pretty low, but the good thing is that you can just add a micro SD card and set the storage to that, and hence all heavy games etc. will be installed on the micro SD card. And I did the same. I installed a 16 GB SD card and I installed all the games on that. So regarding storage, you won't have a problem on this Xperia C. Just add a good SD card. SD cards up to 32 GB are supported. And as you can see, we are getting those water effects also. And it's actually running this Riptide GP2 very smooth. The speaker is also adequately loud, I would say. And as you can see, we see all those water effects also. So we can conclude that it plays this Riptide GP2 without any issues. Let me now quickly move to some other games. And now let's move to Asphalt VIII. And this is Asphalt VIII, and by default, let me show you the graphics settings. It was set to high, so I'm just leaving that at high, but you can go to medium or low if you want. And let us just play one of the levels. Let's play a quick level, and I'm going to use this car. Do note that Asphalt VIII is a pretty heavy game, and even some high-end Android phones have issues playing this game smoothly. And as you can see, we are getting all the effects. Let me do the drift, and you should see the smoke coming out of the wheels. As you can see, all effects are getting rendered. But one thing you will notice is that the gameplay is not very smooth. There is a little bit of jitteriness here and there. It is skipping some frames, and I did test it quite a bit, and this was my experience at the high graphics setting. So if you want the best playback, I would suggest that lower the graphics settings, because at this default setting it does skip some frames. As you can see, a little bit of jitteriness is there with Asphalt VII. But the game is very playable, I would say. As you can see, smoke is coming when you are drifting from the tires. So this is Asphalt VIII on this Xperia C. I would say overall it's very playable, but yes, at high graphics settings, as you can see, it does tend to script quite a bit of frames. So let's get out of this one now. And also let's now try this Dead Trigger, which is a popular game. It's a free game. So this is Dead Trigger, the first initial level, and as you can see, it's pretty smooth as expected. And just kill zombies in this one. Let's go ahead. So as you can see, we have no problems playing this Dead Trigger. It's playing it very smooth. Very smooth. So you'll have no problems playing Dead Trigger on this Xperia C. Let's get out of this one and play one more game. And this time we'll play a heavy game, that is Modern Combat 4. So as you can see, it's playing it actually very well. No issues. Another good thing that I liked about this phone is that even after extended gameplay for about half an hour, the phone does not heat up that much. It hardly heats up, I would say. As you can see, all graphics are getting rendered as expected. Getting that lens flare effects, everything. So as you can see, it plays this Modern Combat also pretty well, and actually I did not see any lagginess or anything with Modern Combat 4. So you'll have a very good experience playing Modern Combat 4 also on this Xperia C. So we're going to use the drone now. So as you can see, it plays this Modern Combat 4 without any issues, and I don't see any hint of lagginess or anything like that. So you'll have a good experience even playing Modern Combat 4 on this Xperia C. So let me get out of this one. So what do I feel about the gaming performance on this Xperia C? I would say, yeah, with casual game and even with some heavy games, I did not have any issues playing games on this. But with very heavy games, you might have an issue. For example, we did see that in Asphalt VIII, it was a little bit laggy at high graphic level settings. So you might need to pare down the graphic level settings. So it's a decent phone, and considering the price to performance ratio, I would say it is good even for gaming. And the added bonus is that you can just add a micro SD card and the games can install on that. So even heavy games can be installed on this Xperia C. I'll also be doing a full in-depth review for the Sony Xperia C very soon. So if you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the same. Thank you. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.